Hello! Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rina the Wolf and welcome to my first ever reading session. So, let's wait a little bit more for some people to come. In the meantime, let's talk about what we are going to read about or read today. I'm definitely not on top of my game. Oh, hold on, and I'm on totally wrong window here. Oh my god. This is going to be a fucking shit show. So, oh, you still can't see it. Oh my god. No. Yes. And now I'm in the way. I should have tested it, but I didn't because I had like another power nap. Even though I promised myself a million times that I will not do that anymore. Anyway, before we start, let's talk about the book. This was my first finished stories. Hey, Fonzie, why are you surprised? You know me. Happy Monday. Anyway, yeah, it did happen. So, what is this? What is Speak to Me? So this was my first ever finished book, besides fanfiction, because I think by this time I finished. Oh my god, my it was not my first fanfiction, but Viva la Hella was, I'm pretty sure, the first fanfiction I actually finished. Yeah, actually, just last night I realized it will need some heavy editing, not gonna lie. It's gonna need some heavy editing. I have no idea. I thought it was already edited. Seemingly it's not. I found like a lot of mistakes here. So today we are going to read a little bit. Let me see, because oh my god, 252 pages, guys. Okay, so we are definitely not going to finish it today. So I need to double check when I wrote this because I have no idea. Because oh, 2017. Okay, okay. Yeah, most probably 2017. Oh my god, why is everything Hungarian? Okay, so Speak to Me, firstly, was inspired by a Voice from the Stone, but I wanted something different. So I wanted a different nanny, I wanted an older kid, I wanted to see some beautiful friendship. But, ooh, so we're already in 2017, but I was not comfortable with my sexuality. Right, so I was still interested in writing, and I had this whole story in my mind, right? So when I thought that this story would be great, I just wanted to see some great friendship between an older and younger women. And so uh I wanted them to be like great friends, like a mentor, a, a guide through life per se. And then at some point I was not sure how to proceed. You will see a lot of Easter eggs in book. If anybody can find all Easter eggs, hats off to you, but because I'm sure I don't remember all the Easter eggs in the book. Anyway, I had no idea what to do with this story. So you will see how different it starts out. Most probably you will notice it. And how different it is going to end. Maybe we are going to do it in 2, 3 weeks. We will see. And so the thing is, um, I was looking for great characters. So you will see, most probably, it's very, very noticeable how Emily's character was inspired by Chloe Price's character. Listen, it's 2017. I was obsessed with Life is Strange. I was obsessed with Chloe Price. Uh, so I started writing it, and I felt like, oh my god, something is missing. And this is what you are going to feel most probably in the first few chapters, that like something is missing. Like they are teasing each other. There is some tension, definitely, but something is missing. Like, are they going to get together? Like, so things like that. There are like no spoilers here, right? And then at one point I was like, "Ah, something is not working out, but why?" And I actually took like writing courses during university, and I had this teacher who is, by the way, a published author in Mexico. And I remember that during one of the lectures, he said, listen, you might be really good, really, really, really good, but you might fail because of one thing. You will need to add something from you to your work. And at first I was like, yeah, that's easy. I'm going to add like Hungarian characters here and there. That would still be fun. That's me. Oh my god, even in 2017, I was not able to relate to Hungarian culture and Hungarian characters. So something was definitely missing. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I already wrote the worst, the worst Life is Strange fanfiction in history, which was egyébként. Wait, I already forget English. I'm going to speak English whole night long because I'm really tired, and I actually did not plan this stream to be a long one because I'm so tired and there are some things I still need to do. So where was I? So at some point, yeah, so the Life is Strange fan fiction, which is like so bad. Like looking back, it's so bad, but it's still very popular. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I've already wrote and finished and published Viva la Hella, so I don't care if people think I'm gay. I was still like fighting myself very deep within about it. I was fighting this so hard because of my mom, because I was still living with my parents back in the day, 2017. And then I was like, just fuck it. Just fuck it. This is going to be epic. Because whenever I start writing and I come up with characters, they have their very own personalities. They have their very own stories. And at one point, they just couldn't resist anymore, okay? So it was happening, and it happened, and then I was like, fuck this, I'm doing it. And then I wrote it, and I was like, I will need to get it published somehow. So I attended university with a guy. We actually attended the very same creative writing workshop course, and he pinged me and he was like, hey, I have a publishing office right now, so if you think or you have something, we could like publish it. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Needless to say, I think I have already uploaded a video about it. Speak to Me did not get published, and it got like republished at least 2 times on Amazon. And if the edited version is uploaded, the only edited version I found is terrible. I hopefully did not upload that one. I have no idea why I paid for editing. Okay. So it's there. I already like worked on it a little bit besides the editing because that's like fucked up. But I have a new cover for it. I don't know if I actually want to republish it like officially with like a traditional publisher. Maybe I'm still not confident enough, and finding good like publishing offices, like traditional publishing offices, is very hard. But truth be told, I would love seeing this story on screen. Wow, I would love watching this story on screen, really. Um, and it's not and it's not because I wrote this. I just find the characters so freaking sweet. I find their story like so lifelike. That's amazing. So I would love to see it on screen at one point. And I'm rambling, and I seriously can't stay for long today because I have other things to do. So, without any further ado, let's read Speak to Me, my first original finished book. I'm very nervous. Most probably, this will still need heavy editing. This is the original one. But hopefully, these are nothing more than grammatical errors. We will see. Okay, here we go. Prologue. When I took the job, I had no idea what I got myself into. Her story needs to be heard. She's such a special girl if you're open to her. Broken and rough at the edges, but she's so beautiful in the inside despite all the pain she has been put through. She fought so much in her life. She got exhausted and burnt out, but she's stronger than anyone I'd met before. Emily wanted to give up. She let everything go. She almost lost herself in her despair. It was only up to me if I could save her from herself. She had no one else left. As for myself, oh my god. Yeah, so this is like the first error because I, yeah, I had that. Okay, so here we go. So this is going to be like a reading slash editing session. Sorry, guys. As for myself, I had dealt with kids ever since I finished high school. Oh my god. I was a nanny of a sort. Only during the past few years I started dealing with problematic children. Little boys and girls who had some difficulties, bullies, handling a divorce badly, or having difficulties finding their voice. I loved what I was doing. I loved being around children, and the oldest kid I have ever dealt with was 14 until a point. I could handle teenagers as well, but I definitely preferred younger children. I was a cool nanny of a sort. I let them rage, then talked sense into them. It worked every single time. Oh my god, the prologue was not rewritten. My boyfriend of the time often nagged me about having kids. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I haven't read it for a long, long time. Oh shit. He wanted us to get married and have a bunch of children, but I wasn't ready. I felt young. I was only 25. I had plenty of time. I think I felt much younger because I dealt with children. I never stayed though. When they felt better, I left. That was, yeah, that was just a job done. I had my difficulties to take it this way. Maybe that's why I preferred younger children. It sounds weird. They loved me. They wanted me to stay forever, but they forgot about me soon. I never forgot about them though. I remember every single little love bag I took care of. Oh, it's cute. They can be so grateful when you spend time with them. They cried a little when I left, but I usually never saw them again. Occasionally, some years later, but they don't remember anymore. It broke my heart. Oh my god. But I got used to it. Shit, this is embarrassing. I think this is only the the prologue though. That's the good news. My boyfriend and I, we were doing fine back then. We both had decent jobs. Sometimes I got busier, but we could always manage. He was a car mechanic, and fortunately he loved his job as well. We were really happy together. We were planning to move to the suburbs, but years were passing by and we could never leave the city. Looking back, we had been together since forever, since he asked me out to prom. We had some fights, but we could always make things up. Our friends were jealous of our relationship, and that filled me with pride, boosting my happiness. I had that feeling Byron would never leave me, and I think he was sure about our relationship as well. But as in most relationships, we had a downfall. Maybe we spent too much time together. 9 years sounds to be a lot with the same person, with the only person you had ever dated and loved. One job changed me, he claimed. But this is not my story. My point is, people change people. People need people, people affect people. And I was definitely affected by that job. Oh my god. So, this is going to be like a fucking heavy editing session. Oh, fuck me. Sideways. Okay, let's get it started. Chapter 1, Last Chance. As I was brushing my teeth, getting ready for work, Byron stepped behind me and kissed my neck gently. I giggled and rinsed my mouth. When do you come home today? He asked. Let me check that. I picked up my little notebook and flipped through the pages. I don't know. I take a late evening as well. Well, I'm sad, he pouts. I thought we could eat out tonight. Sorry, not tonight. Are you ready? I'll give you a ride. Where do you go? I start with Billy today. Oh, okay, right. I'll take you. I smiled as I kissed him, but my phone interrupted us. It was an unknown number, so I knew it was a new client. Hello? I picked up as I got my bag. Leah Devlin? A woman asked on the other end of the line. Speaking. I'm Jessica Hayden. Do you wish to hire me? Yes, please. We can talk about it sometime today. I'll have a little time around 2, if that fits you. I'll be working. I think I can get away for a little bit. I work in a small diner. If you give me the address, I can go and we can talk about your child. I was already halfway to the car as she gave me the address. I clumsily recorded it in my little notebook. I'll be there, Miss Hayden. Thank you, she said. Her voice was full of pain, but there was a hint of relief at the same time. Goodbye. Goodbye. As I got into the car, Byron looked at me. I knew this look way too well. He hated when I took new clients, but I could never help it. I've always loved being with children. A new opportunity always boosted my mood. He didn't say a thing, but I knew he didn't approve. He knew some of the children I dealt with, but he really wanted to have our own children. The sooner the better. When we arrived, I kissed him goodbye. He didn't say a single word during the short trip, and he only said that he'd be waiting for me. He was about to get fed up with my work. He was concerned about that if I deal with kids too much, I'll feel I got more than enough of them. But that can never happen. When I knocked on the door, it opened in seconds, and the little boy had his arms out to me. I picked him up smiling. He was 5 years old, and his father had left them 3 months ago. They hadn't have divorced yet, and the mother, Alice, was concerned about Billy. He talked little, and when he did, he usually asked about his father. Alice waved at me and promised she would be back by 1. I nodded and watched her go. Then I turned to the boy. Have you eaten, Billy? Yep, he says quiet. What? Said quietly. Are you talkative today? Maybe. He shrugs. Well, what do you want to do? Talk. Let's talk then. Where do dads go when they leave? Phew, it beats me, champ, I said as we sat on the couch. They all leave? No. Most of them stay. Oh my god, that's a fucking blatant lie. So, dad don't like me? I think your dad loves you a lot, Billy. Why he left then? Honestly, I don't know. Is mommy bad? No, listen, champ, your mom's a great person, but you know people fight sometimes over little things or over big things. We can never know. Do you understand me? Yeah, you love your mom and dad, and you will always love them. But when you start loving a girl, it may not last forever. Love has many forms. Or a boy. Excuse me? I may love a boy. You can't know that. Did your mom tell you this? Yeah. See, your mom is a great person. She's open minded and taught you that love is love, and she'll love you no matter what. Oh my god, it's actually cute. I was like so young when I wrote this, and so naive. I think I get it, he smiled, but I love that too. Is he bad? He's not bad. I don't know him, but don't blame him for leaving, okay? I'm sure he's a great man. Maybe he just felt like he needed to go. Maybe he didn't love your mom anymore. Billy, I don't know. You could ask him. He never talk about it. He think I don't understand. Nobody talk to me like you, Leah. You're a clever boy. I ruffled his hair. Give him time, maybe? Okay, I'm better. Let's play ball. His face lit up as he jumped off the couch. We played a little bit, then watched some cartoons. Billy didn't ask any more about his father. We had lunch at noon, then I put him to sleep. He will be a great guy someday. He showed high intelligence for his age. As I sat down on the couch waiting for Alice to return, my mind drifted away. I couldn't think anything else but the new job. I always did that. I started. No. I always did that. Oh. Gonna put the new. Oh, okay. I always did that. I started thinking about the new kid, what they would be like and such. Alice dragged me back into reality as she slammed the door. She seemed to be furious, but I didn't want to bug her. I stood up and she sent me a warm smile. When she paid reluctantly, but asked me, did he ask about Cody? He did. Listen, Alice, I won't lie to him, you know that. I won't be able to tell him the truth, and I don't think it's necessary. But he doesn't have to hate his father. He's remarkably intelligent for his age. I'll be gone soon. He won't need me anymore. How soon? I'll say 1 more month, tops. Let him talk to his father. You can also try to tell him why he left. He will understand. But right now he partly blames himself. I can't stop him, but you can. You are his mother. You truly are the wonder nanny. Thanks, Leah. I'll talk to him. I know you don't need parenting tips, but kids usually don't talk about things like this with parents. Don't push him, just, you know. Thanks. I have to go. I looked at my watch. Oh my god. So, see you next week? Sure. Bye, Alice. Bye. I took a taxi to get home. A waste of money, but since Byron gave me a ride, I had to get back home to pick up my own car. Being love struck, I often followed Byron anywhere. I was under his spell. I couldn't think rationally. I cursed as I got into the car. I was running late. In the end, I arrived 10 minutes late. I just sat down in the nearest booth. A waitress immediately started walking in my direction with coffee, but before she reached me, an arm raised, holding a mug. She refilled the mug, grumbling, then continued her journey towards me. She smiled as she reached my table. I looked at her. Her dirty blonde hair was in a bun. Her blue eyes reflected tiredness and sadness. She used some solid makeup, and seemingly she took extra care on her uniform. Off, right? She filled my mug and asked before sitting down. Can I get you something? No, the coffee is enough, Jessica, thank you. Let's talk about your child. Emily is beyond help, I guess, she sighed. She has always been rebellious, but lately she seems to be just burnt out. I mean, I get all her pain. Her father died, her best friend moved, the next best friend moved as well. How old is Emily? I narrowed my eyes. 17, she sighed. I'm sorry, Jessica. I take care of kids. She's technically an adult. Well, almost. I can't. Please. You are our last chance. Her eyes filled with tears. Almost a year ago, when her friend moved, she went mute. She hasn't said a single word since then. Psychologists couldn't help her. No one could make her speak. Please. I can't pay much, but please. Psychologists couldn't help her. What's the guarantee I can? I frowned. You were our last chance. I'm desperate. You're called a wonder nanny, aren't you? Nanny, yes, I haven't really dealt with teenagers. She was expelled. She doesn't want to take the GED either. She just wanders around or stays home and God knows what she does. Just talk to her, please. She's here. We can talk about other times later. Well, I got my notebook and flipped through the pages. I'll talk to her now, and I have a little time tomorrow in the evening, if that fits you. I sighed. Give me the address, and I'll be there. I tossed the notebook to her. Thank you. She looked at me with tearful eyes, then wrote the address in the book. Would you introduce me? I asked as I stood up. Sure, come with me. She sent me a soft smile. We walked to the daughter's booth. She was the one who raised the mug when Jessica was on her way to me. She had the same hair and eye color as her mother. She was listening to music. She was staring into her mug with blank eyes. Does she know who I am? Yes, I told her you'd come. Thank you. I got it. I sent her a smile, then sat down. The girl looked at me. Her eyes were dead, and she looked like she hadn't slept for days. She rolled her eyes and got the earplugs out. We stared into each other's eyes for a while. Do you know who I am? She nodded and grabbed a small notepad. Leah? She showed up the notepad. Yeah, so you don't speak? She shook her head. But could you? She shrugged and started writing again. My mother's desperate, but I'm beyond help. Spare your time and give up. You will, eventually. Don't waste your time on me. No one can help me. Leave me alone. Let's give it a try, okay? I won't hurt you. When was the last time someone listened to you? She shrugged again and gave me a puzzled look. I'd say it's been more than a year. I haven't spoken for almost a year. Does it do you any good? Maybe. At least I don't have to talk to people. She smiled a little bit. I know. People are terrible. I rolled my eyes and as I smiled. I don't like them either. Kids are different. I shrugged. So, do you need this job? Me? Need? No. Will I take it? Maybe. Let's give it a chance, okay? If you hate me too, I'll leave you alone. And will you tell my mother I'm beyond help? Yes, I said hesitantly. See you tomorrow evening. I can get to you around 7 in the evening. Fine. She breathed a sigh. Don't get your hopes up. I'm not very talkative, she grinned. We'll see. See you tomorrow. I stood up and she waved at me. I waved goodbye to her mother as well, then got back into my car and drove to the next kid. Alicia had been waiting for me in front of the house. That was my last time with her. I got out of the car smiling. She jumped up as she saw me and ran towards me. I picked up the 7-year-old and walked into the house. Her father had been waiting for me as well. Her biological father. She was bullied because her father was gay. As Albert looked at me, I put the girl down and asked her to give me a little time. Are you sure she's ready? He asked me, and I looked straight into his eyes. I'm sure. She looks so much better now than when we started. That's true. Her teacher said she's much more active and she learned to handle the bullies. She can stand up for herself only when it's necessary. She's not seeking trouble. I'm so happy to hear that. I smiled. I don't know what you do or how, but it works. Are you sure she'll be alright without you? Absolutely. She's strong enough. If something seems to be off, just wait. If she falls back, call me 2 months later and I'll come back. Can I take her out to the park? Yes, of course. Ian and I are so grateful. We will never forget you. I won't forget you either, Bertie. I smiled. Hey, Alicia, wanna go to the park, sweet pea? That's an Easter egg, by the way. I asked softly. Yeah! She shouted all the way. She ran down the stairs. See you, Bertie. I smiled again as I took the girl's hand. I bought her ice cream in the park. She was really happy. As we sat down on a bench, she looked at me. I smiled at her and leaned back. How's school lately, sweet pea? Great. I learned a lot from you and I use it. People don't bother me anymore. Good. You're leaving, right? I have to. Yes. Why? Because you feel much better. There are other boys and girls out there who are sad. I need to have them too. You're right. Will you ever come back? I'm not sure. Shout at me if we meet again, will you? Yeah, but I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you too, sweet pea. I hugged her tight. Can we play a little bit more? Sure, come on, let's get on the swing. We played a little bit more, but we had to leave sooner or later. I still had a child to look after in the evening. When we got back, her parents had been waiting for us. As we got out of the car, she hugged me tight. Don't forget about me, she whispered. I won't, sweet pea. Don't forget what I taught you, okay? Never. She kissed me on the cheek, then walked in. Albert stepped to me and paid. Ian scratched his head. He was searching for words. Thanks for everything, I guess. She's much calmer now. We want to be a real family. You are a real family, I smiled. Call me if anything happens, okay? Sure thing, Albert smiled at me. We will never forget you, he hugged me. See you around. I waved goodbye. I still had my worst case that night. I met Gabe only twice before. His mom died some years ago, and seemingly he had some difficulties with his father's new girlfriend. He turned 10 just weeks before. I knocked on the door, and his father opened the door. Oh my god. And his father opened the door. He was still fighting with his tie. Let me. I smiled at him and took his tie. Thanks, Leah. Thanks for looking for Gabe tonight. I promised Ashley I'd take her out. No problem. I fixed his tie. There you go. I'll be home by 11. I promise. It's okay, Greg. He hasn't eaten yet. I want him to be in bed by the time I'm back. I've got this. Don't sweat it. Go and have fun. Bye, Gabe. I don't want to see you awake when I get home. Sure, Dad, he mumbled from the couch. As the door closed, I jumped next to the kid. What the hell was going on here? He stared blankly at the TV. How's my favorite handsome guy? I asked. Bad, he shrugged. He was about to turn a teenager. I walked on thin ice every single time with him, regardless it was only the third time I saw him. What's bothering you? That bitch. Hey, language. Who cares anyway? He shrugged. Okay, what's wrong with the bitch? That she's not my mom, but she acts like that. I think Dad wants to marry her. Oh boy. Does she have children? 2 daughters. Do I really have to love her? Well, no, but you love your dad, right? Yeah. Seemingly, he's happy with her. Do you want to be a man? Sure, I can't wait to be a man. Well, growing up brings a lot, Gabe. Do you know the word compromise? Is that like I kind of accept something that I don't really like? Something like that. Your dad loves this woman. Aren't you happy when he's happy? Yeah, but she's not my mom. You could give her a chance. I shrugged. Maybe she's not that bad. She's not your mom, but your dad also needs someone he can love. He loved your mom very much. He always will. But he can't hug your mom anymore. He needs love too, and it's a different type of love? He remained silent for a couple of seconds, then looked back at me, puzzling. Is love necessary? He asked. The biggest gift you can ever get. Are you married? No, but sometimes I. Blah, blah, blah. No, but someday I will be. I do have a boyfriend, in fact. Are you always honest? What's the point in lying? I frowned. But I'm just a stupid kid. You're so much more than a stupid kid. You're human. I ruffled his hair. I'll try to talk to him and be open to her. Fine, he scoffed. Hey, wanna get the pizza? My treat. Okay, his face lit up. Hey, wanna play some video games? Ooh, count me in. I'll order the pizza. After I ordered pizza, we played on his console and time flew by. He seemed to be in a better mood and pizza just boosted it even more. As I checked the time, I gasped. Greg was about to get home in half an hour. Gabe, your father's almost home. Take a shower and get to bed. If he catches us, we'll be in big trouble. Save this for both of us, okay? But, he looked at me. Okay, I don't want you to get into trouble because of me. He sighed but went upstairs. I went to check on him a little bit later and wished him good night. Greg got home when I was halfway down the stairs. I smiled at him. He was in a good mood. I've just checked on Gabe. He is fast asleep, I said as I walked down. Cool, thanks. Any progress? Just wait. See you next week then? We settled another session, then I headed straight home. Byron was still watching the TV, although it was past midnight. I kissed him on the cheek, then I took a quick shower. As I started brushing my teeth, he stepped behind me. He kissed my neck as his arms wrapped around my waist. Let's go out tomorrow night, he whispered. I can't, I said right before I rinsed my mouth. Why not? Don't tell me it's another kid. Technically, she's not a kid. She's almost an adult. What? She hates me. So you take anyone now so you don't have to be with me? Byron, come on, I faced him. You didn't see her. She's helpless. I want to help her, okay? She's still under 18, so it's okay. Fine, he sighed as he walked out of the bathroom. I just rolled my eyes and followed him to the bedroom. I was extremely tired. I lay down and yawned. He kissed my neck, then my shoulder, but I sighed. Not now. I'm really tired. Oh, come on. Please, it's been a while. Byron, I'm half asleep. Fine. He scoffed and turned on his other side. I'll make it up. When? I don't know. When I won't be half dead, okay? Sure. That's what you always say. I just ignored his last sentence and closed my eyes. That was a long day. I drifted asleep soon. My head was filled with plans for the following day. Oh my god. Looking back, I started to not like the beginning of this story. And soon enough, you will understand why. Because it's just, you know, because it's just, I don't know, it's so weird after all these years, right? Oh, yeah, so I wrote this in 2017. So I think it took place in either 2017 or 2016. I'm not sure actually. But yeah. But it was around the time when social media was getting big. At least that's when it started. Maybe even like 2015, 2014. I can't remember. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's get through a couple more chapters before I go. Chapter 2, Taking Small Steps. I grumbled as my alarm went off in the morning. Byron immediately pecked my cheek. I sighed as I turned on my back and rubbed my eyes. As he got out of bed, I grabbed my notebook and checked my day. 3 kids and Emily. I felt a little bit tired, but I had made some progress the previous day. I pulled myself together, then wished a great day to my boyfriend. His smile was so bright it almost captivated me again, and I wanted to stay with him. I remained strong though, and got into my car, drove off, and started working. All day long I had been thinking about Emily. I had no idea what I could do with her. The children noticed I was far away. My thoughts kept drifting away. I knew she would be my toughest case. By the evening, I felt proud and boosted. I had made some progress again, and it elated my mood. I was ready to take the challenge. I walked to the door full of confidence. After knocking it, af- after knocking it opened. Oh, okay. After knocking, it opened in a minute. The girl looked at me, pointed at my school T-shirt, and gave me a thumbs up. Then gestured, inviting me in. Something is weird about this. Gave me a thumbs up, then gestured, inviting me in. I walked to the living room slowly. I needed an insight of her life. My eyes drifted to a picture. It was her mother in a wedding dress next to a man. Is he your father? I asked, but she rolled her eyes and flipped her notepad. Step douche. Oh, you're not fond of him. Army veteran, no a cop, total paranoid ass. She picked a picture from her purse. She was young, and another man hugged her by her shoulder. She was holding a little black puppy. She looked so full of life. Oh, you have a dog? I asked, smiling. He was hit by a car not much after my father died. Oh, I always know what to say, I mumbled. What do you want to do? She gestured toward the stairs. I followed her as she led me to her room. What the fuck, Rina? I don't think I had seen a bigger mess before. Clothes are on the floor, scribbles and posters on the walls, and junk on her desk. She casually sat on her bed and lit a cigarette. She held the packet towards me, but I just shook my head. Nah, I quit. Quitted? Quit. Uh, yeah. Is quitted like a valid past form? Seems to be. She shrugged and lay back. My eyes just kept scoping her room wildly until they rested on a guitar. I thought that I could get to her through music. Do you play? She shrugged but grabbed the guitar by the neck, holding the cigarette between her lips. She tuned the guitar, then strummed a little. She clearly teased me. When she looked at me, her eyes almost pierced through me. Then she put her cigarette out and started playing. I just stood there, mesmerized, and kept listening to her. The way she played was amazing, painful, yet really skillful at the same time. I had no idea how much time had passed. I was just standing there like an idiot. I took a deep breath when she stopped playing. I didn't even realize my breathing got uneven or I restricted myself from proper breathing. She frowned as she looked at me. Wow, I said softly. Who taught you? Who taught you? She looked away. I sat next to her. Your dad? She nodded, then almost immediately. She nodded, then almost immediately shook her head, then gestured to me with the guitar. I put my hands in front of myself defensively. Oh no, I don't play. I mean, I know some chords, but that's all. And it was years ago. She just shrugged and put the guitar back into its place. She walked to her laptop and put some music on, then flipped her notepad. Let me show you, you don't always need words. Words make it hard. Follow my lead. Okay, I said hesitantly. She lay back next to me, then patted the mattress next to herself. I lay back as well. She pointed at her face, then closed her eyes. I followed her lead. I didn't know her music at all. It was edgy, and the lyrics were full of pain, if there were any lyrics. I loved it. It reminded me of my own teenagehood in a way. As I was trying. What? As I was lying there, I felt so light. I hadn't even realized I was tense. Suddenly, let's do it this way. Suddenly, Byron popped into my mind. His eyes looking at me full of love, those always gentle sky blue eyes, his long, wavy blonde hair he always ties into a ponytail. A man bun. His captivating smile, and his voice asking me to get married and have our own children. I cleared my throat and tried to brush him out of my mind. I tried to concentrate on the music, but after that, I just couldn't. I had no idea how long we had been lying there without a word, neither how many times, no, or how a word, yeah, nor how many times I tried to get rid of the thought of Byron. All the effort he made during the past weeks. Then realization hit me like a bullet train. He wanted to propose. That was why he kept bugging me to take me out to dinner. I sat up and sighed and brushed off my face. Emily sat up as well and gave me a puzzled look. I just shook my head and looked at my watch. No way! Did I drift asleep at some point? I stood up and looked at her. Let's try something else. Let's say tomorrow. Come with me. She shook her head. Get out of your comfort zone. It might do you some good. I'll call the kids' parents and we can hang out all day tomorrow. She just sighed and shrugged, then laid back. I called the parents as I promised, and nobody protested. I had to get deeper into Emily's mind. She sat back up as I finished and looked at me. I was concerned I was bugging her. She sighed as she started to write, then threw her notepad at me. Stop pushing me! It'll do you good, I said as I gave the notepad back. She sighed again. I smiled softly. I need to go, but I'll pick you up tomorrow morning, okay? She nodded and stood up, then walked me to the door. She wanted to pay, but I shook my head. No progress, no money. Don't tell your mother and buy something for yourself. Her lips formed a half smile and rolled again. Were you a teenager once? Yeah, a long time ago. She shook her cigarette packet, indicating she was running low. I looked into her eyes and sighed. Are you out of your mind? I can't do that. She gave me the puppy eyes and pouted. Kids are Kids are irresistible. But she did that pretty well too. I grabbed my car. What the fuck? I grabbed my car keys and gritted my teeth. Okay. Get into the car and it's strictly between us. Understood? She nodded, smiling, and skipped to the car. I drove to a store nearby. I wanted to buy the cigarettes right away, but she grabbed my hand and pointed at the fridge. No way I'm buying you booze, I whispered. She put her hands together, asking nicely, and I just sighed and let her lead me. She looked around and pointed at beer and held up 2 fingers. I sighed but picked the beer, and she shoved her hands in her pocket, ready to take the money out, but I grabbed her arm and shook my head, then gestured towards the sales clerk. She still showed me her cigarette just to let me know what she wanted. What the hell is going on here? I just sighed again but walked to the counter, asked for a packet of cigarette, paid, then walked out casually. I handed over everything when we got back into the car. She looked at me, all grateful, and her eyes were shining. Then put her hand back into her pocket, but I grabbed her arm again. My treat. Let's see if this motivates you, kiddo. She folded her arms and shot me a look. Oh, because of kiddo? She nodded. Sorry, I'm used to it. She sighed, then grabbed her notepad. I'm not much younger than you. I know. I'm sorry, okay? I'll take you home. She hummed quietly as I started driving back. What? She hummed. No, wait. She kept humming quietly as I started driving back. Then she looked at me, still not saying a single word. My eyes stayed on the road. She sighed and started writing like crazy for minutes. It got me worried. She hadn't been speak she hadn't been speaking for more than a year. She must have been dying from the inside, and I felt pity for her already, but I hadn't known her whole story yet. I knew pity was the last thing she needed, but I just couldn't help it. When I parked in front of the house, she looked at me again and sighed, then looked down, and I was almost sure her eyes were filled with tears when she handed her notepad over. Today wasn't that bad, but I don't think it'll work out. What would happen if I started to speak again? Would you leave me too? What guarantees that I start speaking again anyway? I can't. Oh, I can't get to like you. I'm a fuck up. I can't be helped. I don't wanna be helped. You'd just leave me eventually. That's what always happens. I don't need another lever. I'm sorry. I took a deep breath, then looked at her. When she sniffled, I knew for sure she was crying. Still, I didn't want to lie to her. I placed my hand on her shoulder. Nothing guarantees that you'd speak again. Nothing guarantees that you'd get better. Yes, I'm usually a lever, but we can think about it a little bit later. We can start thinking about it. Oh my god. You're not a fuck up, Emily. You're broken. But we can fix it if you give it a chance. So, give it a chance. She just looked at me with tearful eyes and shrugged. Please, we'll figure something out. Today wasn't that bad, right? She shrugged again and sighed. I grabbed my notebook and checked it. I'll pick you up at 8, okay? I'm gonna meet a little guy I haven't met yet. Come with me, please. I'm not really a kid person. Get out of your comfort zone. You'll see that kids are little love bags. Give it a chance. Are you going radical? She sent me a half smile. If I have to, I smiled back. And about that, I pointed at the beer and the cigarettes. It's better if it stays between us. Seriously. Oops. She nodded, gave me a thumbs up, and got out of the car. I shook my head once again and drove home. I knew she would be my toughest case, and seemingly I was right about that. I was getting worried. My mind kept reeling. I was clueless what to do with her. When I arrived home, I threw myself on the couch next to Byron. Hey, he smiled at me, then pecked my lips. Hey, how was your day? Fine. Where are you? I'm here. I smiled at him. No, you're not. I'm here. I said again and leaned on him. A problematic kid? A problematic half adult, I sighed. I have no idea what to do with her. I thought that you would give up on her. Just as you said, she's almost an adult. You're specified for kids. Specified? I get what you mean, but I can't just let her go. No, I can't just leave. Leave her. She's way too broken. Well, you can leave her. I'm not gonna leave her. I have to help her, Byron. You're not obliged. She needs me. If you'd be there for everyone who needs you, you had no time for me. He kissed me softly. I know, it's. She's different, okay? Different. People are all the same. You help them, then they disappear and you never see them again. You should know, baby. Byron, that's part of my job. I'm starving. Hey, I'm lazy. Want some pizza? Sure. Anyway, you should quit and find a decent job. You're kidding me, right? No, I'm actually not. I know you didn't finish college and all, but you can get a better job. Oh, yeah? Like what? I don't know. Anything else? I won't be a slave. I love what I'm doing. Okay, maybe summer is the best and I earn less after summer, but I don't care. I love it. Fine. He sighed and called a pizza place. I got up and decided to take a shower. I had to calm down. I hated fighting with him, but he kept pushing me in the last few weeks. He really wanted me to quit. The longer I did this job, the more he hated it. As I was sure he wanted to propose, I had to come up with something. I washed my hair as well. I wanted to see clear, but I just couldn't. I was about to reach my limit. I felt a storm coming, but I tried to ignore it. Mm. Looking back, it had been going on for a while. I just kept brushing this whole thing off because I hated fighting with him. I had always preferred peace. I calmed down when I met him. Before that, I was quite a rebel, and I got expelled 2 times. As I started to dry my hair, I realized we don't have much time left. Our love had changed and fell into habit. It was rather lost and a feeling of safety, yet I didn't feel trapped. This whole thing got turning weird. This whole thing, what did I want to say here? Was turning weird. Jesus. 9 years with the same person, 9 years with the only person, sounds so much. In that moment, I realized I loved my job, not only because I loved children, but because I didn't have to think about my life and relationship when I was with children. I brushed the thoughts off and walked back to the living room. The pizza was already there. I sat back next to Byron and started eating. He didn't say a word. He just kept munching and staring at the screen. On the screen? What the fuck, Rena? Jeez. I think this is the original one. WWE was on. He loved it. I didn't really, but I watched it with him anyway. As the program ended, he stood up and stretched and looked at me. Coming to bed? No, I wanna watch a film. Okay, he sighed. Are you free tomorrow in the evening? I don't know. I shrugged but didn't even look at him. It depends on Emily. Oh, it depends on her now? Yeah, if we make progress, I'll be free in the evening. Great. See you, babe. He got tense lately, and I knew it had multiple reasons. I just didn't know the exact ones. What bothered him? That I didn't want to give up my job? That I didn't spend much time with him? Didn't spend more. I think it sounds better. That he knew I knew he wanted to propose and I kept turning him down. Emily, the other kids. At a point I started thinking he was cheating on me. If that had been the case, I would have a reason to break up with him. On the other hand, we wouldn't have wanted to propose. That night I just kept staring at the screen, but my thoughts were far away from the film. I couldn't follow the plot at all. I knew the storm was about to hit, but I didn't panic at all. I was surprisingly calm all along. I was looking straight into the eye of the storm, and I wasn't afraid. Maybe I was trapped, but I didn't feel trapped. Maybe the only thing I felt for Byron by that time, besides shakedown of course, was lost. What is a shakedown? Guys, what is a shakedown? Tell me what I wanted to mean by that. Let me check like an official. No. What is a shakedown? Shakedown. What? Shakedown. What? No. What the hell? Oh my god. What? No. What? I mean, I see it, but no. No, no, no. Besides, so it's kind of like when you are used to when you get used to be with someone. Besides, okay, maybe the only thing I felt for Byron by that time, besides, maybe we could use safety because why not? Mm, but no, that wouldn't be right. Lost, yeah, okay, but even that last was fading away. Besides, oh my god, oh my god, I was, oh my god, 2017, guys, 2017. I was, I just turned 25 back then. Oh my god, that was like a million years ago. Maybe the only thing I felt for Byron by that time, besides, hmm, besides what? Let's see. I think if I do the same, I'm going to have like the same word I tried to use. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh. Mm, mm, nah. Yeah, habit is definitely not like the right word here. Uh, let's see. Like, what about like? Yeah, maybe we can use like besides. I don't even want to use comfort because like she was not comfortable anymore with Byron, right? Right? Security. Huh. Yeah. Security. That, yeah, that can work. Thank you. Security. Okay, so maybe the only thing I felt for Byron by that time, besides security, of course, was lust. But even that lust was fading away. He couldn't put me under his spell that night. As my train of thought kept running, my eyes closed slowly. The last thought was before I drifted asleep was that I didn't feel happy anymore. Aww. Uh, shit. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Oh my god. To be completely honest, last night I only checked like the second part of the book when when the story kicks in and we have the juicy parts per se. Okay, so it's getting not getting late, but I still need to like edit a video and cook something for tomorrow. So one more chapter, and I think that is going to be way more than enough of this rambling for tonight. A better day. Is it like chapter two or 3. I think it's chapter... Oh my god. I think it's chapter... Hold on. Last chance. Yeah, I think it's chapter 2. No, it is chapter 3. Okay. Nice. Okay, so chapter 3, A Better Day. I woke up on the couch the following day. Ouch. Byron had always carried me to bed if I fell asleep on the couch, but not that night. I got woken. Got woken? Get. Get woken? Was woken? Yeah. I got woken as he slammed the door when he left. I breathed a sigh. Yeah? Okay, I believe you. I'm not a native speaker, so I need to rely on you guys. I knew he was angry with me, but I thought he would take me to bed. My back hurt like hell, but I managed to get on my feet and pull myself together. Leaving all this was way too risky back then. My thoughts kept drifting away, and before I could realize, I was knocking on Emily's door. Her mother opened the door, and she looked at me surprised. Good morning, Jessica. I came to pick Emily up. I thought that you spent time together yesterday. Oh yeah, that's right. Don't worry, this one's on me. I'd like to see how she reacts if I move her out of her comfort zone. Come in. I was just getting to bed. I have night shifts this week. Oh, I didn't mean to disturb you, I said quietly as I walked in. Didn't Emily tell you I'm taking her out today? No, she sighed. Be honest, Leah, did you make any progress? I don't want to lie to you, I said as I folded my arms. Seemingly, she doesn't hate me. Well, that's a good point. Did she try to hurt you? Uh, no. She didn't try to hurt me in any way. She opens up very slowly, but I think she will. I don't think she has a problem with anyone in particular, except for Rob. I know. She shake. What? I keep mixing like the times. Come on. She shook her head. Whoa. But it's hard if she doesn't even say a single word. I know. I'll make her. Nah, I'll get her talk. I think that's better. Make is like you. Don't do that. That sounds violent. I'll get her talk. I really am worried for her, she said as she sat down and brushed off her face. You shouldn't be worried. She will open up for me. 4, 2. 2. I said quietly as I already heard Emily's footsteps on the stairs. Well, I hope so. Listen, if you can spend a little bit more time with her, I'd appreciate that. We're both taking night shifts today, so if you can spend... Woo! We're both taking night shifts today, so if you can spend time with her... She stopped as the girl was already downstairs. Downstairs. She looked at us and seemed to be somewhat annoyed, maybe. That's better. Annoyed. She just folded her arms and shook her head. I smiled softly and I saw her face twitch, but didn't say a word. She gestured toward the door and I nodded. She rolled her eyes and walked out. I said goodbye to Jessica, promised that I would take care of her, then joined Emily. Her arms were still... Whoa. Were still folded when I stopped next to her. I just opened the car with a sigh. We got in, but right before I started the engine, she grabbed my arm and started riding. Are you letting me out? No. Emily, listen, I had a rough night. Can you save the bullshit, please? Just for today? I looked at her as I started the engine. No. But right before I could start the engine. Yeah. Here we go. I looked at her as I started the engine, but she just gave me a quizzical look. Never mind. My head's about to explode, my back is killing me, and I just want some peace right now. Please. She nodded, then flipped her notepad once again. Tell me about the first kid. His name is Juan. He's 10. And his mother says he's a bully. He's a big boy, considering his size. Most probably he was bullied because of that, so he became the bully himself. I have no idea what to do with him yet. We'll see. We'll talk a little and I'll figure it out. She nodded, then seemingly started thinking. Not much before we arrived, she started waving, indicating to stop the car. I stopped and looked at her. She just smiled and got out of the car. I wanted to ask her what she was up to, but my phone started ringing, and it was Byron. I answered with a sigh. Good morning, Byron. Hey, Leah. How are you? Well, disregarding that my head is about to explode and my back is killing me, I'm fine, I guess. Listen, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do. We've never fought before. Why, it was very far from a fight. You don't know the fighter side of me, and that's for the best. Well, I know you before I asked you out. That's not the same. You knew my name, not my personality. Listen, when are you finishing today? Honestly, I have no idea. Is it Emily again? It's much more complicated than just that. It's been a while since we had a proper date. We could eat out or go to the beach. Go to the beach. What the fuck? Come on. I don't know, Byron. I know I hurt you. Let me make it up to you. Please. You know that I love you. Yes, I know. Listen, I don't know when I get home. Are you doing this for free? He asked suddenly. What are you talking about? Emily, ever since you started working with her, you're different. Is she more than a kid for you? You can't be serious. She reminds me of someone, that's all. Someone I loved and lost long time ago. That is all. I. Oh, wait. That is all. I pushed every single word. I like her, yes, but it's nothing more. I need to go. Of course you do. See you later then. Leah, I miss you. Byron, just leave me alone now, please. If you can't handle this as an adult, what you are supposed to be, then just leave it, please. Okay. See you. Bye. I put my phone away and brushed off my face. The end was near, and I definitely felt it. I had nowhere to go then. When I looked up, Emily was opening the door of the car, holding coffees in her hand. She sent me a quizzical look as she sat in the car and handed one of the cups over. I just shook my head, accepted the coffee, and took a sip, then breathed a sigh. I didn't feel better, although I truly appreciated her gesture. As I finished my drink, I looked at her. She was looking at me all along. Thank you. I smiled weakly. She was still giving me the quizzical look. Do you really care? I chuckled, but she nodded, then flipped her notepad. I just want to know if you're okay. You don't have to talk about it, but tell me if you're not okay. I guess I'll be fine. Besides, I should make sure you're okay. I should be the one who opens you up, and not vice versa. What? Are you worried? She blushed and rolled her eyes, then gestured me to get on our way. I giggled, then started the engine again. Not much later, we arrived to see the first child of the day. Juan's mother opened the door for us. She wanted to summarize the problem again, but I stopped her, assuring her it's not necessary. I would get what I need from Juan. The boy was sitting in front of the TV. I sat down next to him. Emily hesitated, but I petted the couch next to me, and she finally sat down. I don't know. Hey Juan, I'm Leah, and this is my friend Emily. Hey. He answered, but didn't even look at us. So, did your mom tell you that we're coming to see you? Uh huh. Do you have anything to say? Are you here to take me away? Mom always says that if I don't behave, they will take me away from here. Nope, we're not taking you away. Let's just talk a little bit, okay? Whatever. Kind of an attitude, boy. What's up? Do you really hurt people? Do you really hurt people? Yeah. He finally looked at me. Why? Because they hurt me because I'm big. He looked down. So you think hurting them back is the solution? Isn't it? They respect me now. No, Juan. They're afraid of you. Do you have friends? No. See? People who respect you can be your friends. Nobody will ever like me because I'm a fat ass. Hey, language. I pointed a finger at him and I also stilled my voice. It seemingly affected him as he bit his tongue, but he still bore some pride because he didn't look away. Well, we can work on that if you feel like. How? What about some martial arts? You would get in shape, you would get strong, and you would also learn some respect. How about that? Yeah, so I can beat up others much better. His eyes lit up. No! I pointed a finger at him again. So you can show others what you're capable of. Listen, Juan, violence is not the key to earn respect. I looked at my watch. Do you have any martial arts in mind that you'd like? Judo, karate, boxing, anything? It's not fun like that. Who said life is fun? Emily placed her hand on my shoulder, but I shook it off, indicating I knew what I was doing. Listen, life is not about being fun. Life is about hard work, life is about disappointment and shitstorms. I will not treat you like a kid. If you show others that you are not a kid, then they will respect you for real. Do you want that? Well, prove yourself. His eyes widened and he started thinking. He looked at me from time to time, then he finally spoke again. So, you promise me people will respect me, for real? If you put an effort into what you do, yes, they will. Then, boxing sounds good. Let me talk to your mom about that. Emily, would you? She nodded and I looked back at the boy. Well, she doesn't talk, but she's a good company. You don't talk? Why? He looked at Emily. I walked out the. What? I walked out of the living room and looked for her mother. She was in the kitchen preparing lunch. Maria, if you have a minute. I leaned on the door frame. Sure. Is everything okay? I'll be honest. He clearly needs to learn some respect. He'd also need some discipline. I think some martial art would help him. I think of boxing in particular. I know a gym and we can check that out even right now. We still have the time, but only if you're okay with that. Are you sure it will work? I'm definitely sure. I know a good coach. He would definitely make him work, sweat, and bleed, but trust me, it'll work. It's a good way to manage anger. If he has the calling and he works hard, he can do it. Fine, take him. If you're sure it'll work, it's fine. I hope it won't cost a fortune. Don't worry about that. I'll get a discount for you. I smiled and walked back to the living room. The boy was talking to Emily. He was amazed and said at the same time, Wow, that's cold. I didn't even know my papa. He left us when I was very little. I decided to stand behind the girl so I could read what she wrote. You can live without a dad, Paul, believe me. You have to remain strong. You'll get stronger if you work hard. Are you sure? If I can't beat anyone up, then I'll just beat a fat kid again. You're gonna show you're smarter than them. It's hard, but trust me, it works. The more you endure, the stronger you become. Really? So boxing will help me for sure? You'll become stronger, more disciplined, and even wiser, buddy. Dia's here to help you. She helps me a lot. She knows what she's doing. Okay, I guess I believe it. Can we go? Did she say yes? He suddenly looked at me. Yeah, let's go. I know a good coach for you, but... He stopped in front of me. Only if you promise you won't give up. It'll be very hard. You have to be very determined. I'll be, but only if you promise it'll work for sure. It will work, but only if you really want it. You will be very tired every single day. I'm not doing this if you'll quit one. I'm not gonna make a clown out of myself. I promise, I promise. he exclaimed and ran out of the living room. Emily looked at me blushing. She had no idea I was standing behind her. I smiled at her, then gestured, indicating we should go. As we waved goodbye to the boy's mother, she asked me again if I'm sure about this, so I had to assure her again. The boy was so excited, he kept talking the whole time. When we arrived to the gym, I asked him again if he really wanted to do this. I hadn't been there for a very long time, so I was a little bit excited as well. When the door closed behind us, I immediately saw the similar face. Familiar. Familiar. He looked at me, his jaw dropped, then he ran to me and embraced me in a tight hug. In fact, the hug was so tight I could barely breathe. I patted his back so he let me go. What the hell? Is it really you, Leah? It sure has been a while. Are you up to some workout? I bet you could get back to it in no time. Look at you. You're still in shape. Thanks, Dustin. I'm not here because of myself. I brought you a boy. Patted the boy's shoulders, who got in front of me in the meantime. Well, let's see what we have here. It'll be hard work for sure. Are you really up to it, bud? Yeah, he exclaimed. Let me get it straight. You have to go on a diet, work out every single day, and no slacking off at all. Working out day and night, understood? Yeah, he said, less excited after looking at me. Let's see what we have here. My name's Dustin. He offered his hand. Juan, he accepted the hand. Dustin started working out with him immediately. Juan got less and less excited as time kept passing by, but he didn't give up. He really wanted this, but he had no idea about the diet yet. We were about to go when Emily grabbed me by the shoulder. When are we finishing today? We have 2 more children. Nothing extra, I'm almost done with both of them. You don't need to worry. I smiled at her and she returned the gesture. By that time, I was definitely sure she would open up soon. When Dustin finished with one, the boy walked back to us very tired. My old friend handed a list over about his diet. He smiled at me. Drop in sometime. We miss you. I wish I had the time. I will if I have to take care of one. No, like really, work out with us sometimes. It's cool, come on. Or is your hubby so jealous he doesn't let you go anywhere? He's not my husband, and he doesn't control me. I simply don't have the time. Well, then. Oh, yeah, let's put a comma right here. Well, then work out with one. Your friend can work out too, I don't mind. I'll think about it. Give the guy a little discount, maybe? Sure. Anything for you, girl. Well, see you around. You know my price is 25% off. You're generous, Dustin. Thanks. See you around. We still had to take the boy home and tell his mother about the strict workout plan. We discussed our next session, then we were already on our ways. Emily wasn't that interested in the other 2 children, and I didn't blame her. Although they were both cute and special, they were about to end the sessions with me. The remaining hours just flew by. At the end of the day, when we sat in the car, I looked at the girl as I started the engine. Hey, up to an ice cream? She grimaced. You know that I'm not a kid, right? You can't buy me with ice cream. I don't want to buy you. Besides, this one's on me. Everybody loves free things. Okay, why not? I drove to a park nearby. I really loved that park. After buying some ice cream, we sat on a bench. We ate our ice creams in silence, then she looked at me. I sighed. Ask away. Do you want to talk about it? Not really. I thought I told you it should work vice versa. You also need someone to talk to. I'm fine. Liar. Pretty bad liar, in fact. I opened my mouth, but a high-pitched voice interrupted me. Leah! Before I could realize what was happening, Alicia was sitting next to me, hugging me tightly. Hey, sweet pea. I... Caress her head, maybe. Much better. Didn't think we would meet again. I know. Hey, I miss you. I miss you too. Where's your dad? Where are your dads? They're coming, but when I saw you, I had to come and say hi. You told me to say hi if I see you. Yeah, I did. Leah, Albert was trying to catch his breath. I'm sorry, we couldn't stop her. I mean, it's your free time and all, so. No, it's not a problem. We should go. Come on, Alicia, don't bother the girls. I don't want to go. Aw, she pouted. Listen, sweetie, I'm sure your dads have things in their minds. Spend time with them, okay? Okay, she looked at me. See you around? I bet. Bye bye. She hopped off and they were already on their way. I smiled softly, but Emily dragged me back. She softly squeezed my shoulder. Talk to me. Yet again, it should be vice versa. I rolled my eyes and even harder when my phone started ringing. It was Byron. I hesitantly rejected the call. I brushed off my face. It was time to go home now. When I looked up, Emily was already on her feet, offering a hand. I took hers and smiled at her. When we got back into the car, she looked at me. She still didn't say a word, but I knew she wanted me to talk. Okay, if I talk, do you promise me you start opening up as well? I promise. Starting from our next official session. Deal? She nodded. I started the engine, sighed, and started talking. I was talking like never before. My life is falling apart. My life is falling apart. I chuckled, but I was choking on my tears in reality. She sent me a worried look and grabbed her notepad, but I went on. No, not because of you. It all started way before you stepped into my life. Relationship crisis or something like that. You remind me of myself, you know? I used to be a rebel up until the point I started dating Byron. He changed me. He loved me, I truly wanted him to love me, so I put on this mask. But this mask grew into my skin, and I guess I can't take it off anymore. It's been 9 years. 9 years of my life, and I'm still with him. I have no idea what's being with anyone else. I have no idea what being with anyone else is like. What being with anyone else is like, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm missing something. Maybe myself. Maybe the rebellion. But I truly love kids. The soft side of mine does. I don't really know what to do. I stopped. I was out of words, and she didn't say anything, nor did she start writing. She flipped her notepad only when I parked in front of her house. Do you still love him? I don't know, I answered hesitantly. Don't torture yourself. Wanna come in? I can't. I have to go. Can I come with you tomorrow? Yeah, why not? So, you liked it? Let's say rather like I didn't hate it. Yeah. Let me see. I took my notebook. I can pick you up at 9 tomorrow. Cool. When's our next session? When do you want our next session? Now, she smirked. Not now, Emily. I sighed and looked back into my notebook. And no. I sighed and double checked my notebook. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh my god. I keep switching up the keyboard layout. I'm free tomorrow after 7. I can get home late and sleep on the couch at least. Seriously, don't beat yourself up about him. You're much better than that. I let you go. See you tomorrow. I could barely read it. She was already out of the car and started waving. I drove back home. Byron was nowhere. I could have bet he was so angry because of the rejected call he decided to go out with the guys. I honestly Yeah, I honestly, whoa, didn't mind at all. I just wanted to be alone. I curled up on the couch and drifted asleep soon. I was so tired I didn't even notice when he got home, and I didn't care either. I was ready for an achy back again. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay, all right. Whoa. 3 chapters in one session, which is not too much, but I unfortunately have things to do still before I get some sleep. So, guys, I hope you are going to like these little reading sessions because once we finish um, Speak to Me, I wanna do something like a little bit more creative with you. So, I am currently rewriting my second Life is Strange fanfiction, which is way, way different than Viva la Hella. I actually don't want to remember Viva la Hella. That's like so bad, and it's still so fucking popular. Like, oh, oh, I'm not logged in. Hold on. Oh yeah, wait, I can log in without like. Oh, thank you, babe. I truly appreciate you. So it's like, look, this is this is not gonna look good, but I will just show you. Yeah, I truly hope so. I know that we still need some heavy editing on this one, but here we go. So, ooh, shit. You can't see shit yet. So this is my Wattpad page, and here it goes. Speak to Me is not popular at all. Like 879 reads not too much. The X Files are like actually lyrics. These are like one shots, more original lyrics, a one shot. Viola Hella is so bad, and it has almost like 15,000 views. Guys, what the fuck? So, definitely, I want to work on Powerless again after finishing up Speak to Me because that story is so good. Oh shit, that's so good. I will need a new cover though. Oh my god, and all the rest of my shitty, depressive one shots or lyrics or poems. Yeah, well, I used to use Wattpad. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I think I also had something on fanfiction. Oh wait, hold on, because oh yeah, that's not me. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh my god, this is not the one, is it? What? Oh yeah, okay. Oh my god. uh, uh, what? Eh. Ah, here we go. Yeah. Oh my god, I honestly I don't remember anymore how fanfiction worked. Managed stories. Yeah. So I don't know, but I got like 84 reviews there, and I got like Ooh, 207 votes here. Vivala Hella is a freaking hot mess. It's so bad, but maybe later, if you guys think and are up to it, we can check it out. We can read it at one point, but it's so freaking bad. So I gotta go. I need to edit a video and cook for tomorrow. But guys, I hope you had as much fun as I did. I honestly cringed way less than I thought I would. Because, oh my god, I wrote this in 2017. I was like 25 in 2017. Oh my god, I was so fucking young. Oh, I wanna go back. I really wanna go back. No, wait, not to 2017 because I still lived with my parents, but I would go back to 2018. I would definitely go back to 2018 when I moved to the capital and I was like a baby gay. Oh, wait, you write too? I would read it at one point. Oh my god. Do we have like. Uh, maybe next time I'm going to use like the desktop app for Word because this is not good. Very, very little shorts. Yeah, if you're comfortable, you can share them and maybe we can read them. We're here for the community and for the support. So this is a safe space. It will always be a safe space. Yes. Yes, do it. I mean, no pressure, but like, this is a safe space, so yeah, do it. We will do it like every Monday though. And since we talked about the monthly WhatsApp, oh yeah, you gotta be. Someone's gotta be. So yeah. So we talked about the monthly WhatsApp, and I was like, maybe we can do it on the last Friday of each and every month, or the because we have like oh 95%. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm gonna die next week. I'm going to die. Ah, I'm dead. It's not only because it's not only because fuck. Okay, I'm gonna be dead because those 3 days I planned to drink. Most probably, like, yeah, okay. So, let's talk about this Friday first. So, this is going to be the last, the last Friday of the month. So we are going to do like a monthly catch up, which is gonna be great. We will just keep talking, maybe watch some videos, hopefully not getting copyright strikes. Because like editing VODs would be a pain in the ass. Oh my god, I hate video editing so much and I'm terrible at it. My latest video was definitely a flop. I hate it because I tried to add like more edits to it and I hate it now. um but yeah, anyway, so on Friday we can just fool around, talk a little bit, watch some silly videos, things like that. We can get back to reading on Monday. Oh, yeah, by the way, tomorrow we will get back to the OG Resi 4. Then, da, 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 da. Then we can play Resident Evil after that because I took some days off. So actually, I will not be working on the 5th, 6th, and 7th. And I think since I will not have to work the following day, I will drink for 3 days straight. Not too much though. So what I was thinking about, I will have like a single bottle of cider on Wednesday. Since Thursday is going to be my birthday, I will drink some palinka, but but no more than 5 shots because that's strong as hell. Ask Ozzy if you don't believe me. Even I say it's strong, and I had been drinking palinka since the age of. Okay, to be fair, for a long time I did not like palinka, but I've been drinking it since the age of 18, which was also like, oh my god, I'm getting depressed. I'm gonna be like so old. Oh my god. That was also like 15 years ago? Nah, nah, nah. 5. And these are going to be like really teeny tiny shots because I'm gonna suck at playing. I suck when I'm sober. I don't wanna be even worse. And no, baby, you are young. I'm turning into a double number, and it's not gonna be 22, unfortunately. Shit. And on Friday, I think I'm going to have a bottle of wine. But like, so here's the thing: Thursday and Friday are going to be like the 12-hour streams days. Yeah. So it's going to be hard. I have no idea when I should start the streams because I actually want you guys here with me. And yet again, before you forget this, I don't want anything for my birthday this year. Just be with me, spend some hours with me. That's the biggest gift you can get me, guys. Hopefully by that time my sub badges are gonna be ready. Hopefully. So we will see. Shit. This is going to be a freaking exciting upcoming 2 weeks at least. Oh wow. I I'd better go now and finish up my chores. But those are the plans, and I hope all of them are going to come through because you know because this is a dream. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yes, of course. I hope you like the story so far. It is going to be uh well, there are going to be some conflict, of course. There are going to be some juicy parts with time. Um so we will get back to it next week, and I hope to see you tomorrow, guys, with Resident Evil 4. I hope you had as much fun as I did tonight. I truly appreciate each and every single one of you being here with me tonight. Oh, and if you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, if you missed part of the story, don't worry about it. It will be up on the VOD channel on YouTube. And if you're already watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Give this video a big old thumbs up, just letting me know that you like the story. And I hope to see you next time. I love you guys. Take care, hydrate, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.